Welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sue Gaskell Barlow. I, as a living and a chosen career, I'm a life coach. A life coach is someone who is there supporting you alongside you in your journey, your spiritual journey, and your journey to learn your lessons here on this earth plane. It's the most amazing journey, and it is hard work. And then once you accept that it's what you want to do, you want to go inside to find out what and who is in there. And very quickly, as you watch and look inside your chatterbox, you'll notice that there's this 24/7 constant conversation. And what's interesting is that's not who you are, because you're watching that chatterbox and it's having a really good conversation with itself and dozens, hundreds of personalities, our feelings, our emotions, our psychological memory, all creating what we actually believe is who we are. When in actual fact, it's the chaos of being a human being in the egotic programming. That was a mouthful. What fascinates me about life is that we can all find the answers to who we are, and we look outside of ourselves, and we look outside of ourselves for our happiness and our peace. That car, that house, when we get it, that will make us feel better. That'll make us happy. And then that car disappears and we have to sell the house. Now we're unhappy. What's absolutely amazing is that we're choosing those choices in our drama called our story in our head. Once you see you have choices, and once you find out who you are, outside of the roles you play and the hats that you wear, life becomes a whole new experience. And that's what this is. It's an experience. We're here as we have a soul. Our spirit is here. We are spirit in this physical body. And this body we need to look after because, like a car, it needs its warranty fitness, its MOT. We need to look after what goes in, exercise, be mindful, and look at why we eat what we do. Are we eating just to avoid facing a truth, a denial within that we've carried with us from childhood that stops us actually finding out who we are? We run a mile from that pain, the pain of rejection, the pain of feeling abandoned. The risk of loving is no longer an option for people who are in the ego needing to control, because their fear of intimacy, of closeness, their fear of being hurt and rejected keeps the walls up. That keeps people out and keeps them safe within, or so they think in their ego programming. In reality, you've built a wall and you have separated yourself from the love of God, from your team, your spiritual guides that are waiting to help you along the way from a place of love. Not so for the egocentric, even narcissistic individual who has to control. Not because control is either right or wrong, good or bad. Control because in our infinite wisdom or not, we believe that we can control things and we can get what we want by controlling. Not so. Not so. It's all fear-based. It's all an illusion. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to let go of the need to control. Admit that you're out of control, that you don't really know who you are, that you're scared of your own feelings, you're scared of intimacy, you're scared of talking to people. And this is what people hate, the fact that they are full of fear. You see, in our upbringing, we were taught to be fearful in a religious way. There's nothing fearful about spirit. It's pure, unconditional love. Your heart, you need to learn to love yourself, not in a gooey way. Acknowledge and accept every cell in your body. Pull the team together and let's start having a party. Be happy. If work makes you happy, all you are is an achiever, trying to achieve a feeling of good, feel better, when in reality, deep down, you possibly don't feel good enough. You feel inadequate, inferior, anxious. And stress, then, what happens next? Blood pressure, illness, a physical result manifested because you or I haven't faced our feelings. Those feelings from childhood that we then learn to survive, to get our needs met, or to fit in, we had to do things to please people, or we were scared of the conflict and the anger around us. So we learned to be subservient and we never ever would get angry. And so we become a passive aggressive personality. It's not who you are, it's just old habits that you can let go of. Conditioning. And it's the survival mode in each of us. By the time we're about 7, we're in survival mode. We're ready. We're going to get them before they get us. We're going to freeze and we don't know what to say, or we're going to retreat. Whichever one of these things you do, that's a survival mode. And that creates an adrenaline rush that we then live with. Because unlike nature, an animal who is alerted to danger, sees, aha, I've got to run, and runs, and hopefully if they're still alive, they go back to grazing within 10 minutes. And they live to fight another day. With us, we've got that adrenaline rush going off all the time. For the most ordinary things, it's as though there's a lion going to come into the room, and we release that feeling of fear. The adrenaline pumps, and now we're stuck in the headlights. We freeze. We don't know what to say. We have a mental block, or we attack before we're attacked, or we retreat. And when we retreat, we run away instead of facing ourselves head on and asking ourselves, what choices have we got? There's a space inside you and I, infinite, pure love. We're here to evolve our soul. We're here to move on and then go to the next level until eventually we've learned our lessons, we've become aware. Awareness is outside of these egotic programming, these instinctive ways of coping to feel better, to not feel inferior, to not feel the pain of rejection, because nobody likes the feeling of pain. And so that's it. We go through life, victor over victim, survivor over something that happened to us, and believe that that's our lot. Well, that's not true. You don't have to just be a survivor. You can work through that and become free and real, and then learn who you are, what makes you tick, and become the best version of yourself that you could ever hope for. It's so exciting. Once you're in awareness, everything's more logical. We see that we're just a small part of the whole. We're all or nothing. We have that energy, that vibration, which takes us through life. And there's so much more to us than just this story in our head. I hope that you've enjoyed what I've had to say. It's from my heart. It's from my spirit of pure love. The fear has almost gone. And when it comes into my space, instead of running away from it, or fighting it, or pretending it's not there, that's called denial, or going and eating or working, anything to distract me, what I do is I face it head on. And once you face that fear, you'll find out if it's realistic or not. And if it's a problem that's got a solution, then there's nothing to fear. If it's irrational, then let it go and plan your day. And how do you get to be able to put this together if you're ready to go inside for your journey? For me, I can only speak for myself, and then you can make a decision. You can look on YouTube, you can go and seek help. You can admit that you are trying to control things when in reality, surrendering, admitting that there's something you don't understand and you'd like to, by doing that, then go inside and find that peaceful place or that not so peaceful place. Then start journaling, write things down. How are you feeling? Where's the vibration in the body? This body is a self-healing machine. We can release any chemical that we need for the balance within. In the morning, I thank and appreciate, before ever I get out of bed, the universe. And I ask my guides to be part of my journey, to talk to me and show me the correct way to live my life from a place of love, wisdom, understanding, compassion for myself and other people, to know about boundaries, to know about eating healthily, exercise, meditate. Meditation is wonderful. Meditation is just taking a nice breath, allowing energy within to go through all the cells of the body, and then just be aware of what's happening and let go of any blocks, anything that's stopping you from being free. A walk in the park, just simply sitting quietly. Be still and know that I am God. God is love, God is goodness, and we all have part of that in us. We are that energy, that vibration. There are so many things to learn. It's the most exciting journey you'll ever go on. This journey, for this very short time on this earth plane, come join me on the journey. Subscribe and ring the bell, and make sure that you understand that the reason I'm here is because I'm on the journey. I've understood so much. I've let go. I've forgiven myself. I forgive everyone. And you don't forget. You learn, and you learn to be more loving and kind and giving, because we're all part of each other. And when you're hating on somebody else, it's your self chatterbox that hears it, that goes into your bloodstream and into your spirit. So before you start, think, is what I'm going to say going to be helpful? Is it kind? Is it giving? Is it loving? And if it isn't, then we can suspect it's the ego, the fear that can only stay alive while you feed it. So your words are very, very important. This is Sue Gaskell Barlow saying, I hope to see you again. Subscribe, ring the bell. And my website is www.susuniversityoflife.com. All lowercase and all S's. And I look forward to speaking to you soon. And remember, if nothing else, remember you matter, because you do.